Root Riders are getting nerfed, defenses and other buildings are getting new levels, some of our favorite troops are getting new levels, and progress bars are back. All that and more in today's first sneak peek of our next update. Town Hall 16 has been out for a couple of months now, and I think we can all agree it's a pretty offensive Town Hall so far. But with this next update, we're going to see if we can change that up a little bit. We're going to be getting some new defensive levels. We're going to be nerfing some of those OP troops along with some other changes. So let's go ahead and let's hop in and talk about our first sneak peek here today. And let's start things off with the most basic of upgrades. New elixir collectors, gold mines, and dark elixir drill levels. Level 16 on the elixir collector and gold mine, and level 10 to the dark elixir drill, and this will actually be available at Town Hall 14. Our next building getting an upgrade is actually the Dark Spell Factory, going to level 6 at Town Hall 12. New Dark Spell Factory level. I wonder what that could mean. At Town Hall 16, we're going to be getting new levels to the Scatter Shots, the Hidden Teslas, the Inferno Towers, and the Seeking Air Mines. As you see here, they're all looking really nice. I really like the look of the Hidden Tesla there. The Infernos right here, we could even switch it to single mode so you can see that. And the Seeking Air Mines coming in as well, which that'll be really important because some of the troop buffs, we're going to need some Seeking Air Mine buffs for sure to kind of counter them out. So another level to the Seeking Air Mines is going to help out with that, which we'll talk about soon. And taking a look at the upgraded stats here, Hidden Tesla level 15 will have hit points of 1550 and a damage per second of 170. Level 5 Scatter Shots, these are beefy, 5410 on the hit points and 190 damage per second. I just love the way they look. Inferno Tower is going to have 4400 hit points and 120 damage per second and 6 targets on multi-target, and then on single target it's going to start at 120 damage per second and ramp up to 2600. So nice little info there on the single target versus multi-target Infernos. Again, love the look of these. And the Seeking Air Mine will deal 3000 damage, so pretty hefty damage there. With all of these new defensive levels, I'm sure you guys are wondering how Root Riders are going to do. Root Riders are actually getting a nerf, which we'll talk about a little bit more later, but they are going to be seeing a little bit less hit points. But I'm going to test out my Root Rider and Valkyrie army that I've been using all Legends League season long and see how we can do with the nerf and these new defense levels. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video for that. But until then, let's talk about some new troop levels. Our first troop getting a brand new level here at Town Hall 16 are the Minions. They'll have hit points of 120 and damage per second of 78, so a nice little compliment to the new balloon level we saw at Town Hall 16. Our next troop seeing a new level is Hog Riders, going to level 13. These hogs are going to have 1,380 hit points and do a damage per second of 213. We know Hog Riders can be pretty devastating. I'm excited to see if this brings Hog back into the meta a little bit. I'm really excited to see Bowlers getting a new level. This means Super Bowlers will get a new level as well. At Town Hall 15, I felt like I was getting Super Bowlers smashed down, so I'm really excited to see how the Super Bowlers and the Bowlers will do with a new level. And on the regular Bowlers here, hit points of 600, damage per second of 126. We'll look at all those super troops of these troops here in just a moment, because the Minions and the Hog Riders will also have new super levels as well. Actually, all 4 of the troops getting new levels will have new super troop levels to accompany them, with Baby Dragons getting a new level at Town Hall 16 as well. We see those babies going up to 2100 hit points and a damage per second of 165. I love using Baby Dragons to funnel. I like this one quite a bit. So just touching on it real quick, Super Minions level 12 will have hit points of 1900, damage per second of 370. Super Bowlers level 8 will have 2400 hit points and a damage per second of 230. Super Hog Riders will have 1800 hit points and 250 damage per second at level 13. And finally, Inferno Baby Dragons will have 2400 hit points and a damage per second of 1740. So all of those super troops get a new level corresponding with the regular troops. Along with that, we'll get a new Siege Barracks level up to level 5. We'll actually get 2 P.E.K.K.A.s out of there. That's kind of insane. 2 P.E.K.K.A.s and a level 11 Wizards at a level 5 Siege Barracks. I think we might see Siege Barracks coming back here with 2 P.E.K.K.A.s coming out. And the Log Launcher is going to go up to level 5, 5,500 hit points, damage per second of 220 on it. I like the Log Launcher a lot already. Getting a new level just makes me even more excited. In this update, the Electro Owl will also be able to go to level 15. This will be really interesting because we've kind of seen a little bit of a shift away from the Electro Owl, but I think on air attacks, especially getting 5 more levels, I think this could be massive for the Electro Owl. Now, there's a decent amount of balance changes, including that nerf to Root Riders, which we're going to talk about, but I want to talk about something else first. which is the change to chat. Chat is getting revamped a little bit here, guys. So it already looks a little bit different here, but now you can actually leave reactions to things. You can do stuff like that. Leaders and co-leaders can actually pin messages. So chat is getting a revamp. What do you guys think of this one? But let's talk about balance changes, because one of the biggest balance changes in this update is to the root riders. At maximum level, the root riders are going to have 600 less hit points now. So they'll be down to 7,400 hit points at level 3. At level 2, they'll be at 7,050. At level 1, they'll be at 6,650. So just a little bit less hit points on the root riders, but I don't think this is going to make them unusable. Another nerf is super archers are going to have their hit points reduced. At level 12, it's going to be down to 600. At level 11, down to 575. This coming down from 650 at the maximum level might make them a little bit more susceptible to giant bombs and other traps when you're using them in a super archer blimp. Another nerf is going to be reducing the super barbarians hit points. This one is a little bit drastic. This is a 10% nerf to the super barbarians hit points, down to 1350. It was 1500 at level 12. At level 11, it'll be 1300, and at level 10, it'll be 1200 hit points. So super barbs might get a little bit more squishy, maybe making them a little less OP at Town Hall 15 and up into 16. I think we saw them used a lot more at 15, but it's not all just nerfs. There's some other good news in here. We got some buffs and some changes to some other stuff. But let's talk about some troop buffs. Level 11 dragons are actually going to pick up 100 hit points, going up to 5,300. E-drags at max level are going to pick up 200 hit points, going up to 5,500. And even a level below that, at level 6, will have 5,200 hit points. So E-drags and other drags getting a buff, but that's not all. Since regular dragons are getting a buff, super dragons are getting a buff as well. Level 11 will have 7,600 hit points, and level 10 will have 7,200 hit points for the super dragons now. The Queen's giant arrow will now travel a greater distance to make sure it goes all the way across the base now. Yeah, that one's pretty nice. And there's this subtle change, but I have a feeling this is actually going to make a bigger impact when we come back and look at this. I feel like it's going to make a big impact, especially with super witches. So summoners that have reached their summoning capacity, so witches, they can only have a certain amount of skeletons out at a certain time, but once they reach that, they won't summon anymore. But once that is, they're below that threshold, they'll now summon those units faster, so they'll re-summon those skeletons just a little bit faster. I think this could actually be a sneaky good change. Something I didn't even realize, but the Spirit Fox had frost on its attacks. No longer. Spirit Fox will no longer have frost on its attacks. A couple other changes coming to builder-based troops. The dropship will have an increased attack range from 0 to 50, but it'll also have a reduced active abilities damage radius from 300 down to 225. So it'll do less splash on that bomb, but it'll be able to attack a little bit wider out. And I think this is meant to be more of a nerf for the dropships, because you'll see here, instead of going over the expo like they would before, it's actually going to stop on the edge of it, and then just to see how that splash damage looks on that. So I think this is actually a little bit more of a nerf to these dropships, as I've heard they're pretty strong. And the Night Witches are going to see increased hit points and an increased number of bats on their bat swarm. And the final balance change we have here has to do with clan capital and the beloved super miners. Super miners are going to be getting less hit points, down to 3,900 at level 4. So quite a big chunk of change off their hit points. Oh, that's sad, but clan capital also getting a little bit of nerf on the super miners. All right, guys, let's give this base a shot here with the upgraded defenses and everything. This is a very common style base you'll see in Legends League. I've seen this style a ton, and I'm very confident I can 3-star. As a matter of fact, I just 3-starred this without the upgraded defenses to make sure I could do it, so that I wasn't using a crazy example. But now we have the upgraded defenses, but the root riders are still nerfed. So let's see if they can get through here with the upgraded defenses. So let's go ahead and let's work through here. Pretty much going to run this just how I did in my previous example, which obviously you guys won't see that, but I know how to 3-star this base. I literally just 3-starred this base. Well, let's see now that all the defenses are up, if I can replicate that. So let's go ahead and let's work through here. All right, let's get all this going in. Let's go ahead and place in a heal early. We don't mind a heal early on this attack. That's one thing with this attack. We don't mind that. Let's go ahead and let's freeze right here. All right, good. We do have triple Ice Golem out of the CC. Let's go ahead and hit Warden ability here. Ooh, Warden was trailing back a little bit there. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us too much. Okay, that's fine. Let's let everything just kind of work through here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna let things go through here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that. We'll rage over here. I'm gonna go ahead and put in our other headhunter over here. All right, we're working, we're cooking. We got king going. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that in there. I'm gonna rage up these roots through the top here. Okay, let's go ahead and freeze here. All right, we got roots pushing through here pretty strong. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Just got to get through the back end of this base. I am gonna, oh, invis. Okay, nice. Just trying to save the spirit fox there. All right, nice. Spirit fox probably gonna get taken out here momentarily, but that's okay. All right, yeah, spirit fox gets taken out there. Let's throw seeking shield now. All right, do we have enough to get through the back of this base though? Ooh, it's gonna be close, guys. It's gonna be actually really close here. I don't know if we have enough to finish this base off. Ooh, it's close, it's close. It's definitely a lot closer than the one I did before. The one before we had all 4 of the heroes up, no issues. I think we still get through this, but I definitely could tell it's a lot closer. Okay, so yeah, roots are still gonna be usable. 100% still gonna be usable. But you notice it's definitely a lot closer. So I think the nerfs to the root riders, it's not gonna be crazy. I think roots are still gonna be very usable, as we see here. But I think we might see some other attacks kind of come to the meta here with some of the new levels and stuff. So yeah, roots against the max base still gets through, just a little bit closer. But let me know what you guys are thinking. Root Rider nerf too OP or it's okay? Also, what about some of the other stuff we saw here, like the new defense and troop levels and that new dark spell factory level? I wonder what's in there. Make sure you guys subscribe and have those notifications on so you don't miss any more of the sneak peeks. Pretty interesting stuff to come, I will say that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.